Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Diablo 3. My name is Wilfred. So the news is out, D2 Resurrected has a date to it. It's sometimes in September, so I don't know whether you guys are excited or very excited. I think I'm kind of excited. Try something different, I guess. But anyway, back to this video is really the Corpse Explosion build I'm using for the Necromancer in Season 23. And I would like to share with you the gear I'm using, as well as the build I'm using. Now, bear in mind that this is kind of cookie cutter in a sense, and there aren't really a lot of variation to what I can do with Corpse Explosion. I think this is kind of optimized as well. And the I managed to get to solo GR95 no augmentation in about 5.5 minutes. So for those who are interested to see how this build perform in a higher risk kind of situation, do check out those videos. I'll put a link at the description below as well as in the commentary. I'm pretty sure this build is one of the top build right now because I can feel the potential. It's very powerful, especially when Land of the Dead off the cooldown, and you can just explode quite a lot of stuff off the screen, just destroy the screen full of mobs, including the Guardian as well. But this build is not for everybody. It's very cooldown intensive. You probably would need a follower because of the Unity Ring. The extra 50% damage reduction is useful. I haven't really tested it too much on the group environment. I think for group it's still fun, I would say, for below GR100, but anything above GR100, then you need to be a little bit creative, as in how can you achieve that damage reduction without the Unity Ring. So yeah, so as to speak. All right, now so two parts to this video. First part is to run through with your gear and the build, my commentary, like my thought behind it as well, fun, no fun kind of thing. The second part is I'll go into one of the normal riff, just do a very simple kind of like a demonstration on how to observe some of these icons and to make your Corpse Explosion build work better for you. All right, now bear in mind, when you start a season, it's very hard to start with the Legacy of Dream build, which is what this build is, meaning that everything is ancient with no set items, no set bonus being equipped. So that's very important for you to note that. So I usually view it as like a second character. If I have collected all the decent gear like what I have right now here, including 2 Primal here, then I say, yeah, why not? I'll just give you a try on this Legacy of Dream build. But otherwise, it is not the first character in any season because it takes time to farm and craft all this gear. All right. So the How this build works is that you rely on a lot of Corpse Explosion, but as you know that playing Necromancer, you do need to the corpse is very hard to come by. You have to kill things to come by, and at a higher rift, it's very hard to kill even trash somehow. It is what it is. So you rely on Land of the Dead when all the corpse can be freely used for that 10 seconds of awesomeness. So you have to wait for quite a long time, 2 minutes, if you without any cooldown. Obviously you do have some cooldown reduction to bring it down to something more reasonable, but all in all, even with the 40% cooldown reduction or 36%, it's still rather long wait for that 10 seconds of awesomeness. So again, it's very awesome. If you kind of can deal with it, then you deal with it. Otherwise, may not be for you. I don't particularly enjoy the whole mechanism, but it kind of fun at a lower count rift or at normal rift as well. You can explore quite a lot of things. So the gear choice I've got, like I said, is cookie cutter because it's optimized by many people. I don't think there aren't any other kind of a variation to it that can make it even better. So the first thing first, I use a Leonic Crown to increase my socket dam effectiveness. So I think it's helpful. It's very useful. Then before I get there, just one point is that this Legacy of Dreams legendary dam, just in case you wonder how this build work, is that when you have no set bonus equipped, every legendary items increase your damage reduction by X amount, and you increase this bonus twice, double if you have ancient items for each of the ancient items. So it's pretty cool. You want to collect everything as a legendary ancient. So long as there's no set bonus, you can put anything inside there. That's fine too. So I would say, yeah, let's start with the Leonic Crown. I covered that. I use the Mentor of Channeling because when I channel the Seven Blood, which is what this power is, there is a buff. There is a buff to increase the overall kind of like the overall damage. 10 stack, I believe. No, 5 stat. Sorry, 10 stat for this channeling, and you then can after that work out your magic, like do all this big damage output by after attaining the kind of like stacks to it. So that's pretty cool. In terms of the amulet wise, the Johnstone is useful because after Land of the Dead, then you get a buff to further buff your Corpse Explosion, which I think is useful as well because you do have to have the opportunity to use quite a fair bit of Corpse Explosion, especially if you have a group as well. Akira Cruise, for any build that doesn't use any resources, this is no brainer. 50% damage reduction. The Cream buff Bracer is useful, immune to knockback and stun effect, because if you play solo, and this build is a solo build by the way, because you use the Unity Ring, you bring along your follower, which will have a nemesis, wearing a nemesis to spawn champions at the shrine, so you do not need to wear nemesis. But however, if you play a lot of group play, then maybe you go for the nemesis. Up to you, whatever that works for you. I mean, but the only thing about this bracer is that you don't have the crit hit chance and crit damage at the same time, so it is what it is. But you do have the poison damage, 20% more damage. I think this is just perfect for my build here, so that's pretty cool. Stone Gauntlet, I use this one because my roll is pretty cool. It's like 50% crit hit damage and 9% crit hit chance. It's pretty high as it is. You could use the Graphs of Essence as well, and it depends on whether which one is of higher stat, because I think the to get the Grass of Essence with the crit hit damage and crit hit chance up to the near max, plus the Orange Tax, which is near 200% increased damage for Corpse Explosion, I think is rather hard. So I think the Stone Gauntlet is easier to get all those bonuses. All right. The bad one is the Deity Binding. Max is 40-50, so this is not a very good roll. I use it because it is an ancient. Ring wise, the pair ring is Unity, like I said before, so it's pretty cool for this ring here. It's both the crit hit damage, crit hit chance, just that it's not that high, but it's still quite useful. The other ring is the conventional element, like many other builds out there. Then the third one, of course, is a crit spin sentence. Again, it depends on the role as well. If you do have the any of the ancient for these 3 rings out of 2, then you use it. There's no hard and fast rule. The stats are pretty decent. Best stat to go for is crit hit damage, crit hit chance itself. Pens wise, Black Thorn is the best because you could get the 20% poison if you roll a Black Thorn, but I'm lazy. I say, well, since I'm playing Rathma, and Rathma I've augmented it, so may as well just put it there. So yeah, correction, there's just one item being augmented, but it's just by mistake. Well, it's not really meant for this build. The right one is with Black Thorn. Black Thorn is the one that gives you the 90%, the 20% poison damage. If you have one that is ancient, I don't have one, or I could have one, but I destroyed it. I'm not quite sure. I didn't know that it was useful until it was too late, I guess. Then the weapon wise is a Trigon, so a Corrupted Fan, because it gives you the cursing rune for the Grim Sync. So now you have 100% chance to apply a curse, and then later on you see the passive later on. It does synergize with the how the passive work as well. Boots wise, I use the Ice Climber, so that is immunity to freeze and immobilize. Then I'm immune to knockback and stun, so I'm pretty immune to all the nonsense that the elite throw onto me, and so on. So that is pretty cool. And yeah, so I use an Ice Climber. Then last but not the least, the Iron Rose is pretty cool because when you see Seven Blood, you get a chance to cast a free Blood Nova. Is it really necessary? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how strong the Blood Nova is, but it does give you the AoE effect kind of thing. Yeah, cool. So now, legendary gem wise, that go without saying, Legacy of Dream would be the one to use. Second one to use is Bane of the Trap, because I guess, I mean, everywhere we use Bane of the Trap. As for the last one, the third one, like I said, I mean, if I were to give this build more attention, Bane of the Stricken would be very useful, because there's a lot of time you just wait for the Land of the Dead happen while dealing with the elite or boss. You may as well use the Bane of the Stricken, use a Seven Blood to take the buff against the Guardian or any, but I need to kind of raise another dam, so I'm kind of lazy doing another dam, so I use Bane of the Powerful, which is kind of alright. I mean, it's not a bad dam. Anything that's lower than GR 100, Bane of the Powerful usually is better than Bane of the Stricken. So, you know, but if you go beyond 100, 110, and so on and so forth, then yes, you do need the Bane of the Stricken. Alright. The rest of the cube is the Black Death weapon is a two-hand strength. So the two-hand weapon, sorry. So the idea is this: every poison damage you dealt, add another layer to it. So, you know, with 100%, and then, you know, if I use 4 poison skill, so it's a 400% increased damage. If you use 5, then it's 500%. You know, just do the mathematics that way. So I use 4. All right. So yeah, Black Death, Grass of Essence, or Stone Gauntlet, which one you have, and then Crispin Sentence, or one of these Unity or the Convention of Element, depending on which one you have or have not. Do not have the so-called Ancient. All right. Now the gem wise, no brainer. Green gem for the weapon, and then also the white gem for the head. But the pants wise and chest wise, if you find that it's a bit too fragile, you can put the red gems there. I put the green yellow one just because I have yellow one lying around. But that's about it. Skill wise, let's talk about skill. So we use this green synth and this. I use the rune here, the curse rune, but then because anyway it come with the curse, so I can actually do any other thing as well. It doesn't quite matter which one do I do. Yeah, because I do have the you know, curse rune that been added. So I would say, you know, pick something else that you want to do. But this is the only poison one, so yeah, I don't think you can have any other option. So sorry, you have to do a poison one. Then the next one, the Seven Blood, is the one that power shift is also a poison power. So so together with the you know, the first one and second one, you have the poison damage there. Then after that, you have Cough Explosion as well. I use a poison one as well, close quarter, so it does explode up to 5 coughs close to you. Yeah, so that's one that I use. All the rest of it. There's another one as well that explode away from you in a cone as well. If you want to do that, it's also a poison, but I think this one is way more powerful instead of this one. So yeah, close quarter is one that I would recommend to you. Bone Armor, no brainer, is a dislocation poison skill as well. So it's the 4th poison skill to use to stun as well. So it triple the bonus through the Crispin Sentence, and then Bane of the Trap as well. We'll get a bonus against anything that is slowed. What have you. Alright, cool. Then the Blood Rush, I use the Potency, because Potency allows you to increase the armor, which is important to give a little bit of survivability. Land of the Dead, Frozen Land, is the one that I've used. It does freeze up everything, works really well with your Crispin Sentence as well, because you do stun the enemy as well. As far as passive wise, you know, Spreading Malediction is the one that you know, the more enemy affected by your curse, the more powerful you are. If you were to ask me, is it really that useful? Yeah, it's kind of useful, because a lot of time you're just waiting for things to happen, so you just keep like applying your Grim Sing, and then after that you just, like, you know, curse everything around you. Eternal Torment is very useful, so that you can just forever curse them. That's cool. Stand Alone, because you don't have pets, so you do increase armor by 100%, reduce increase armor by 100%. Then last but not least, Blood is Power is also helpful to reduce your cooldown by another 20%. So that cut the whole length of that down to maybe close to 1 minute, maybe for me. Still a really long time to wait for something to happen, but it is what it is. Okay, so now I just want to go inside one of the dungeon to show you how this build works, and it's very straightforward to see. So this icon is Aquila Cuirass, meaning that I got 50% damage reduction. With the Unity Ring, there's another 50% damage reduction. All right, so with the Bone Armor, then I've got like another kind of like a damage reduction, which is 30%, I think. So yeah, I mean there's some there, but it's not really a lot, if you know what I mean. So you should have Blood Rush into it, and you know, like this one is cool. Then it's just land of that it. Yeah, that's it. That's done. Then yeah, there's a lot of corpse there as well. You can just explode like this one here. So I can just but if you don't, you can just curse them, keep cursing them, like, you know, stun them, curse them, explode the props. Like, I mean, like I said, low rift is super easy, super, like, you know, a no-brainer. But usually it's higher rift that make it a little bit harder as well. So as you can see here, I got 43 of whatever kind of like knowledge there. You can expose a corp there, you know, stun, expose a corp. So it's very easy to play. You can apply the thing. This one here, corpse explosion, how many times you would, like 4 times explosion, 5 times explosion, 5 is a max, so it does make your corpse explosion a little bit stronger through the curse of the through the glass of essence that you have in cube or whatever they have. So now I need to get out. I can't get out a bit, you know. So you can use even blood as well. Then after that, when some corpse come by, so you could actually explode quite easily. Just expose everything off. It's kind of straightforward, no-brainer. So, but of course you must have corpse to create to do damage. So lower rift is easy. Higher rift is a little bit more challenging. When you may not have that many corpse lying around. When the trash also take a long time to do. So you see this 4 here is the Black Death kind of like thing that we have. So you can use the same, then you can see the blood, then after that you can use the bone, whatever, then you can explosion. That's, you know, you refresh the 4 stacks of it. So that's it. And then now, like for example, you see that you know, what I'll do usually, I'll just hunt for elites, and that's what this build is for. Just hunt for next elite, and if you see a next elite, just pop nail of that, then just explode. That's it. Now of course you want to clear off the rest of it as well, so as to you know, get the Bane of Powerful if you use the Bane of Powerful rune. And yeah, that's about it. Pretty straightforward. So yeah, I mean, it's really fun if you are playing the lower rift, but if you are doing a bit of higher rift, then that is where the waiting game and the hunting game comes in. So I hope that explains all the icons here. This Bane of the Powerful, by the way, so you kind of like know how to plot all these things. And yeah, I hope you find this video kind of like useful. If you also want to explore the option of playing a Corpse Explosion as your second character in the season 23, and the next video I'll do is what I've got for the Rathma build. I'd like to share that with you guys as well. And meanwhile, just enjoy the ending of the season 23. 24 is out, the patch notes, so I don't know. I don't really have a lot of opinion right now to share in this video, but let me just see what the second part of the PTR patch is, then I'll probably have a proper commentation on that one. Alright, see you, bye bye.